I'm on Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. Connect with me on Patreon and we will grow, and I will give you much more deep insights on Vedic astrology, and lot more secrets will be shared there. Aries Ascendant. For Aries Ascendant, Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada will happen in your 11th house, and therefore this is going to transform your expectations. It is going to work on your network circle, and there can be certain inclusion and exclusion. And it might also happen that you have trusted someone and that person can betray you if Saturn takes the negative route. If Saturn takes the positive route, it shows that if you are into the field of science, medicine, technology, occult sciences, healing, this is going to give you a lot of boost. It is going to give you courage. Because Saturn has 3rd aspect on your 1st house and Saturn has 10th aspect on your 8th house, it controls life and death kind of scenario. So there can be some do or die situation, but you will win. You will become victorious. It's a long Saturn transit in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra. First, it will cover its distance in the Aquarius zodiac sign, and later on it will move into Pisces zodiac sign, because this nakshatra spans both the Aquarius and the Pisces. So what it means is that a lot of things will happen in your life which will have future repercussions. You will think for long term. You will create and destroy a lot of things for the long term basis. Short term approach should be avoided. Short term trading should also be avoided. Whatever gains you want to bring in your life, it should have a long-term significance. New education, new certification is very much possible. If you want to learn something new, if you want to start a process, if you want to learn a sadhana, perfect time for that. New career opportunities, but it might also mean ending the previous one. So a lot of people might shift their domain, shift their company, something surprising. Rather, I will say whatever happens, just take it if it is needed. If you are in a position where you can't choose, compromise. But overall, Saturn being in its own zodiac sign, this is going to help you in a big way. Taurus. For Taurus Ascendant, Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada is in the 10th house. This shows career changes, changes in reputation. So few of you whose Saturn is positive will become a celebrity in some sort of. Some of you whose Saturn is negative, or there are certain, I will say, adjustment has to be made, things will be pulled back. So don't become very sad if things are being pulled back. It is just a phase of normalization that will happen. You will have to be careful when Saturn becomes retrograde from 30th of June. Be careful not to irritate anyone in the workplace. Be very polite and humble with everybody. If you're working in a team, work as a team leader. Give your 100% and you will see that you will be respected. People will see career-related changes, domain-related changes, industry-wide changes, and dimensional shift in the way they assume. Like a sales guy becomes a marketing guy, a marketing guy becomes a HR, something like this. And if you really want to bring a change of that order, this is the time. Certain travel will also trigger a kind of emotion in your mind which will force you to rethink about your career. Maybe an advice also from a guru becomes so impactful that you will feel the need to rework on your career and image. So I won't say it's a bad transit, it's actually a very good transit. Saturn is actually causing a Shash Yoga in your horoscope. So make the best use of it to give yourself the best platform where you can work on your career. Gemini, for you Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada in the 9th house. What a brilliant transit. It's called Dharma, and the brightness and the light of Dharma, the Jyoti of the Dharma sparks in your life. It comes back. So you are once again dharmic in nature. You are once again removing the unnecessary obstacles of life so that you can pursue the path of occult, you can pursue the path of Jyotish, you can pursue the path of healing. Also, on the other hand, it makes you, kind of unchains you and asks you to follow the path of science. People involved in scientific community, if you are in the Gemini, I know obviously you won't believe in astrology, different thing, but if you know, and if you really know that astrology is also a science, the language is different but it's also a science, you will see that in your life you will go into different kind of scientific experiments, different scientific approach, your career will grow, and some students who want to pursue, best time for that, especially PhD. Advanced scientific studies is a part and parcel of Saturn transit in Purva Bhadrapada. Rediscovering things, finding cure of difficult diseases, all is possible during this time. Make the best use of it. Just that, do not fight with your father, or if somebody is trying to give you some guidance, listen to it before you launch a debate. Work on your communication skill and you will see you will change your fate. Cancer Ascendant. For Cancer, you will see that Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada is in the 8th house. Now for you it is lot of cleansing, lot of positive transformation. 8th house itself is the house of transformation. When it goes into a nakshatra like Purva Bhadrapada, it shows that you are taking first step of change. And the change is positive. So for you, I will say, be fluid, allow the change to happen. Now, if you're Cancer moon sign and watching this might be a little difficult for you because it's all about mind, and mind really resists the change. But if you're a Cancer ascendant, Lagna, then definitely this is something that will happen in real life, but you can, adapt to those changes, I will say. So improvise, adapt and overcome will be the technique for you. A lot of people who want to do advanced science research, who are in the field of R&D, who are in the field of core excellence group, they will work wonderfully during this time. It's a kind of a time when financial changes and your decisions impacting your financial life and the life of other people around you, those who are dependent on you, will happen. And just make sure that whatever you're doing, you're not destroying everything, because the dark side of this transit is that you might take certain steps that can actually put you into a position where you can declare bankruptcy. Suddenly, the hand of investor can go away. The investors can pull money out and your company can collapse, because Purva Bhadrapada is about end and new beginning. So it ends one chapter and begins a new chapter. You just have to focus according to your horoscope, find and focus on what is ending and how the new beginnings are happening, because beginning has to happen. You need to be careful about what is ending at this point of time. Leo. Now for Leo ascendant and moon sign, Saturn's Purva Bhadrapada energies connect to your 7th house. When we talk about 7th house, we are talking about business. So business strategies will change. You might end your one branch of your business and start a new branch of business. You might end one type of your personality. Say you were a very outgoing one and now you choose to be an introvert person. You know why? Because of the feedback that you are getting. You will get tremendous amount of criticism, and that criticism will force you to change something about you. So too much of impact of the surrounding is happening and you are getting influenced a lot. So in that case, you need to be careful what is influencing your marriage, your business and your own personality. And the best thing is associating with people who are experienced, who are learned ones, who are the sadhu. Basically satsang, going into a satsang, listening to the positive words of the gurus will really help you. Because if you have to end something, end an association which is toxic. But the question is, what is encouraging you that end? What is encouraging you to take that step, that auspicious step according to you, that will change your life for good? The source must be analyzed properly and then take a call. It is Saturn's transit, go very slow. New contracts will happen, new deals will happen during this time. People involved in manufacturing sector, people involved in heavy earth machineries, JCB and something like this, people involved in who builds tires, who manufactures for aircrafts, who build rockets, they will see great boost. So avionics, aerospace sector will also see good boost. If you are associated in these sector, good for you. Virgo. For Virgo, Saturn's in Purva Bhadrapada comes in 6th house, and this is great as healing. Remember, Saturn's coming direct in Purva Bhadrapada, then becoming retrograde, and then once again going to Satbhisha, which is again a healing nakshatra, coming back to Purva Bhadrapada, talks about detoxification at grand scale, at a cosmic scale, which means both your ascendant and if you're a Virgo moon sign, mental and physical detoxification will happen. A lot of past traumas will go away, and lot of attachment will convert into detachments. And those detachments will give you release from the pain and suffering. Yes, it might mean that something you have to let go of something. Maybe there is a moh, maybe there is a lot of energy associated with something, person, object, career, personal life, health, that will be released. Also, 6th house is the house of service. So service oriented startups, people who are involved in technological startups will see great boost. Although you have to be very careful if you're planning your finances. Everything should be done in the long term. Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada in 6th house can give you a kind of a edge over others, and it can be something very revolutionary in the market. You will bring a change, but be ready to serve. Helping animals, helping poor people will be the biggest remedy here. And if possible, fast on Saturdays and don't eat after sunset if you are a healthy person. Libra. Now in case of Libra, Saturn will be in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra in the 5th house. So this can be little bit difficult for newlyweds. This can be little bit difficult for someone who has just started their journey of love and romance. Because Saturn's Purva Bhadrapada energies can make you detached, can make you more focused on your career, can make you cold, can make you be very practical and sometimes overly practical. So what you will have to do is that you will have to compensate this by using logic, by being humble, down to earth, and sometimes accommodating the other person's need above your own personal requirements. Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada in the 5th house is good for IVF, good for technology related to child and childbirth. So people who are in those medical field will see great success, and you will be able to help a lot of people. So you have a very strong responsibility in making these people's life happier, blissful, safe and secured. Because it is 5th house and it is Purva Bhadrapada, brilliant opportunity to do some sadhana. So if you want to do some sadhana, especially in Tantra, this is the time. You can also pray to Ma Kamakhya just as a mother if you don't know Tantra. And this will really give you positive energy. Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada in the 5th house also shows that you must work towards time. So if you're a timekeeper, if you have a company that works with clocks, watches, all these things, something positive will happen to you. Take care of the health of your stomach because gut bacteria can cause some problem. Scorpio. For Scorpio, Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada will be in your 4th house. 4th house represents Sukha, happiness, peace. And when Saturn goes there, it transforms the way you think about peace, the way you talk about your comfort. So it takes you from out of your comfort zone and takes you to a new dimension. So it's a very good transit. And especially when it becomes retrograde, it is a good time to get out of the comfort zone and figure something out, figure out your talent and work on your talent. This is very good for people who want to relocate to a different city or country for education, for job related purpose. If you want to move to a different place altogether and have a new fresh start, fresh experience. Health of your mother can be impacted because of this Saturn retrogression, but obviously there are recovery which is possible, and this is also going to help a lot of people who work from home, because home office setup, or if you work creating a home office setup, it will be a very good opportunity for Scorpio. Now Scorpio must understand that your ascendant will be aspected by the Saturn. So the more you work on from the home, the more you are happier at home, the better your output will be. So try to have the environment very peaceful, very serene, soft, do not fight, do not engage into any war-like situation at home. Real estate, people involved in real estate sector will see major shift and transformation, and maybe a complete rehaul, a complete change will happen. For Sagittarius, Saturn's Purva Bhadrapada transit happens in your 3rd house, and this shows that you will take bold, bigger initiatives. You will take the initiative to bring major changes in your life, and this will also help you steer your journey into the path which might be difficult but not impossible. You will be able to make a difference in your life. Your communication skill will be brilliant, but you need to find a softer tone, because earlier there was one type of communication, now a different type of communication will start. So you will have to work with not only your verbal but also non-verbal communication skills. Also, you will see that the life of your younger siblings will change, and it will also impact you positively, and you will also observe that the family setup will change and you will make new friends, where on the other hand you are removing your old friends. So something that is toxic, something that is holding you back will be released and you will be much more freer. But this is the time when you need to become introvert and become more silent. Because if you keep on talking, keep on speaking, keep on burning your energy, you can put yourself into some trouble. So it is best that you practice silence and meditate, because Saturn coming in the 3rd house shows you are becoming slow. It is like the tiger who waits for the prey patiently, and then exactly at the right moment it strikes. And that increases the efficiency. It reduces the redundancy, and the iteration needed to complete a task will be reduced. Capricorn. For Capricorn, the Purva Bhadrapada energies will be in the 2nd house. Now obviously, 2nd house is more about security and wealth and family. Your core values, your food. Purva Bhadrapada comes and takes away all this, transforms, repackage, and now you are in a different setup. So you will see that the family equation will change. So try to avoid any family conflict, because on the darker side it can create gaps in the family. It can break the family unit into different smaller fragments. What it shows is that your silence, your maturity is needed to the maximum at this point of time, and you will have to be in the situation. You will have to be physically present whether you like it or not. So maybe if you are not with your family, then this is the time to unite. Also, it might mean that you will have to work on your finances, your bank accounts, your expenses, how you are earning money, because this can create tax implication if not done carefully, especially for people who are involved in businesses. 2nd house Saturn can also impact your dental care, dental health. So do a lot of dental care. If there are root canal or something treatments needed, do it. This can create a certain kind of facial structure issues in certain individuals. So there may be some medical advice needed for some of you, especially if your 2nd house or 2nd lord is impacted. This can create addiction, a fatal addiction, severe alcohol addiction, severe smoking addiction. So stay away from that. Do not eat tamasic food, no non-vegetarian food. Be as humble as possible. Aquarius. For Aquarius, Saturn goes in Purva Bhadrapada on your ascendant, therefore going for a complete transformation of your identity and personality. So definitely something big will happen with you. Something that is very unique, something that is very powerful, something that transforms you from one place to the other place, from one identity to the other identity. So expect some bigger changes happening. Obviously, you will have to see all other transits that is happening around you. But when your ascendant lord itself goes in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, it's like you die and have a rebirth, figuratively. Which means that you yourself will stop doing something and you will move and do something else. And this means a lot of movement happening in your life. Go slow, take one step at a time, and don't jump into conclusions. Don't be judgmental at this point. If you are slow, if you are steady, you will win the race. But the moment you will try to run and become too fast, remember Purva Bhadrapada also means that while you are going into the spiritual world, while you are rising with the spiritual fire, it will also burn you a bit. And when I say burn, means certain emotional challenges, certain financial challenges, some unexpected expenses. One better way to handle is to yajna. Do the homam ritual. Ask a priest or a pandit to do the yajna and havan in your home or at a temple, if possible, every month. Pisces. Now Purva Bhadrapada spans both your ascendant and the 12th house. But Saturn will become retrograde on 30th of June. It will go back. It will only come on your ascendant next year. But till Saturn is in Purva Bhadrapada, be it direct or retrograde, because it is 12th house, it is going to affect your sleep. It is going to affect your marriage. It is going to affect your expenses. So you have to rework on your expenses. If you are burning too much of cash and you are a company, be careful. For elderly, this can be a little bit of challenge because this can affect your health of your legs and this can affect the health of your bones. So what should you do? Take care of your bones. People are in big way are deficient of vitamin D. Focus on vitamin D, take a lot of sunlight and have ventilation, proper ventilation in your home. Remove black color things and try to bring in more floral colors. Chanting Om Sham Shana Shiraya Nama and doing food related donation for health is going to be a brilliant remedy. Because 12th house also means relocation to a different land, but maybe you are going to a foreign country and that wastes your money and you are coming back. So before you go for an export and import, before you go out of your own space and you are doing something outside, at least verify the consequences of your actions. Because there can be one small thing. You go, you spend, you realize the output is not up to the mark and you come back. This will waste your, this will have an opportunity cost. So what you will do is, you will have to go, vet out the information, figure out what's right and wrong for you and do it conservatively. Don't just allow the money to free flow. If you are suffering from financial problem, pray to Mahalakshmi by chanting Shri Suktam.